Hi, y'all. Do you see us? Do you hear us? How are we doing?
Hello, loves.
Hi, everybody.
How are you? Oh my gosh. Guys, we are so excited to be back together. I'm so excited to be with you. I've been looking forward to this all day. Let's check in the chat.
Are we frozen? Can we just do a little tech check? We're frozen. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we might need to move to the other room.
Yeah, frozen. I think we need to move to the other room. Okay, but while your parents are moving to the other room, so we can get a little bit better, would love to check in, see how you're all doing, and then set your intention for the evening. I think, as we create the container, we'll have Natalie lead us through a beautiful meditation, but we always want to just start to think about our intention for the evening, why you took 90 minutes out of your week, out of your month to be together in community with other people that you feel close and connected to, and why we're excited about spending our time with Natalie. All right.
Have at the chat while we
Have at the chat while we
relocate.
All right. How are we doing? Light is on. We're together. Now this is working great. Man, I'm really happy to be with you guys. Again, just like saying that, I really value you. I really value the membership. It's been so beautiful. So some of our intentions: to foster connection to my inner self. Yep. My intention is for clarity and open to all to receive, to be present and open to receive, focusing on inward energy. Last week felt heavy, so we're excited and grateful for this tonight. My intention is to take it all in. Let's see, keep going up. What's Reese got going on? Excited to be here and looking forward to grounding and going inward. Yep.
Receive whatever message is meant for me. Feeling a little all over the place. Really need this tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good to see you all. I know there's so much going on, and I think happening so quickly. I feel like the speed at which things are happening sometimes just is so, like, it's like you get whiplash. It's like, whoa, that lesson came quickly and like kind of took me by storm. Or, once you set certain intentions, like, whether it's the lessons, the experiences come in so quick. So just know that you are not alone. And I'm really excited tonight. Our dear friend Natalie Miles is here. And anytime we do anything with Natalie, I just feel like she has such a grounding force and has really helped us personally really connect with our intuition. And what I love so deeply, if you don't know Natalie's work, is that she really trusts her intuition in creating things for the collective. And I remember talking to her when she, for example, kind of changed the direction, name, and focus of her podcast. And that's something that a lot of people will be like, oh, I can't change the name, I can't change the direction, people know me as this. And she just really followed her intuition, and so much has come from that change alone. And so that's just one example of the many ways in which I just feel like she models that. So I'm really excited to go deep with her tonight.
Yeah, and then just at the Seattle event. Oh my gosh, you guys, 2018, we did a live event with Natalie. It was so crazy. There was one person who had like a plant that was trying to talk to her, Doug. There was a plant.
Totally.
Like Natalie was doing group readings for the entire room, and there was someone, it was like, do you have a tall plant in the corner? And this girl's like, oh, yes. And she's like, his name is Doug. He wants you to talk to him more. And she's like, oh my God, this plant in the corner. It was literally the wildest thing ever that she was picking up on this like plant's energy. It was so freaking wild. And then we had another friend at an event we did in Denver. I don't know if you remember, Natalie. his name is Joseph, and we've actually worked with him through the podcast. And she was like, "Okay, I'm thinking like there's a house that you're wanting to like bring through." And he was like, "Mm-mm." And then after the event, he came up to us. He's like, "Oh my god, I was terrified, and I really want a house." He's like, "I couldn't say it, and I was so scared."
And now they have the house.
And now they have the house.
It came
Yeah.
in.
And his now wife started crying during it because she called it out. But Natalie's just the real deal. This is going to be really powerful. And just my intention for you all is to use it as an opportunity for us all to really reconnect with our intuition, because that's our connection to magic. That's our connection to, really the beauty and fun of life. I find that when I am connected to my intuition, I can play and dance with my feelings, my emotions, my experiences much more so than I can without it. And it just becomes a lot more fun, especially during really, really heavy times and all the things that we're moving through right now. So take a deep breath. Let it out. Let's welcome Natalie Miles, our dear friend, as she leads us through a beautiful experience tonight. We will have Q&A at the end. We will have you all raise your hand on the Zoom feature, so let us know if you need support doing that. And then we will support you guys in having all your questions answered. So save all the questions for the end. We have a lot of time for that, which is going to be really beautiful for you to get the ability to ask Natalie a question. So let's do it. Hello.
That was just such a nice intro. I miss you guys.
I know, I
miss you
you.
so much.
Where are you?
At home in Canada. Yeah, at home in British Columbia. Yeah, it's wild, as you all of you were saying on the chat, like really big energy last week. There's so much going on, and we're really being called to anchor in and like drop into the body. So yeah, tonight is like absolutely perfect that it's happening this evening, that we're all coming together. So
yeah, your energy forecast for September too was powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, revolutionize. Yeah, this is a really big month of revolutionizing how we show up in the world, how we communicate, our relationships, money. Like it is really, really big right now, of this big prep. Again, it's like August was the preparation and was the energy theme. Now it's revolutionized, and we're moving into the eclipses at the back end of the year, which are like, whoo, like hold on to your hats. So we're really being asked to ground. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to leading you through, because intuition and what this looks like is going to be really important for you to anchor into your energy, anchor into your truth, anchor into what everything means for you that's happening into the collective, and really practicing levels of discernment, and just as Chris has said, fun and play. And this is a really powerful time of up leveling and shifting and transformation. And so it's really using your intuition to help guide you onto that path, or like being on that path, on that journey right now, because it is important.
Yeah,
it's huge. It's huge. I'd love to hear, just in the chat before we get started, on the theme of revolutionize for the month. How does that theme feel for you all, and how do you see maybe revolutionize happening in the collective or happening in your life? I feel like it's really at that precipice time, even for Lindsay and I, just like revolutionizing parts of our life and really making like revolutionary decisions that impact us forever. So I'd love to hear more about that from the chat.
No small things. I mean, Kate put intimidating, and I can.
It's true.
Yes.
And it is, because when we're going through all these big changes and we're being asked, like when you're getting those intuitive hits and those intuitive messages to make those revolutionary changes in your life, it's daunting, but that's why using your intuition and dropping in is a really powerful way of just knowing that you're making the right decisions for you and how it feels in your body. So
wow, you all are so powerful.
yeah.
And just for anyone that doesn't know, the energy forecast you can find on Natalie's podcast, The Doorway. But yeah, a little tricky to fully step in. Yeah, it's almost like, I feel like that word to me too is, it's like I feel like as women, we kind of know that this time is so important, and we know that we are here for a reason, that we have the gifts necessary that will help us to anchor during this time and really grow through this and get to the other side and just have just a much clearer much clearer understanding of like who we are, why we're here, and what's important. And I think that's like oftentimes really scary to step into and own. But I'm just like, that's why I'm grateful for something like this group where we can just like come together and be like, okay, and remember and anchor in. So hopefully tonight is one of those just moments where we can do that.
Big time. I've just recorded an episode and that goes out on my show tomorrow around like what's important, because in the end this is where we're in this phase right now of like really getting clear in our lives of what is important, and that's it's non-negotiable. And as you said, that can sometimes be tricky, it can be painful, it can bring up a lot as we really get clear on what's important. And that's what we're being asked to do right now on so many levels, and to live by those important things that we need. So yeah.
And intuition is ultra important. So get ready, everyone.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, Nat, we'll let you take it away. Thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure. Thank you. Right. Instead of me this evening like feeding you information, I'm like, we're going to go immersive, we're going to go deep, we're going to go get you really connecting to your spirit team, your guides, your ancestors that want to come through, and for you to receive messages. Like in the chat earlier, there were lots of you saying like you're here and ready to receive the messages and guidance that you need to receive today. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go on a bit of a journey together in the next hour before the Q&A starts, so that you can, really receive what you need to know and discover about right now in your life. Before we do that, and I'm hoping that tech stuff works, I want us to do a bit of a shakeout. Instead of doing a seated meditation, I want us to dance. I want us to shake. I want you to like release the energy of the day. So you can dance in your chair, or you can join me in standing up. But we're just going to do a little bit of a shakeout. So come and join me with a very appropriate song. It's Bob Sinclair's World Hold On. Okay, here we go. We're gonna shake, and I hope this music is loud enough. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Okay. I want you to shake out that thing. Come on.
Open up your heart. What do you feel?
Open your heart.
Is real. The Big Bang may be a million years away.
Letting go of the week.
But I can't figure
Letting go of the energy.
to say. Well, hold on. Instead of messing with our future, open up inside. Well, hold on.
Come on, sing.
One day you will have to answer to the children of the sky.
Shaking your body, how you feel. Shaking it out. Letting go of everything you need to let go of. Woo!
Children of the sky.
Yeah.
Look inside, you'll find a deeper love. The kind that only comes from high above.
Pulling in your spirit team.
If you ever meet your inner child,
Woo!
don't cry, no.
Come
Tell
on.
them everything is gonna be
On the chorus.
alright. Well, hold on, come on, everybody in the universe. Well, hold on. One day you will have to answer to the children of the sky. Children of the sky. Alright.
Moving out any of that last energy.
Don't take no for an
Take it
answer.
out.
No. Alright.
Come on.
Right here.
Woo.
Spread love.
Slowly coming back.
Together now. One voice.
But everyone is on. Hold
Love
on.
and unity.
Woo.
Everybody say. Well, hold
Okay. That feels so much better. I don't know about you, but I definitely needed that. As I get my breath back and take some water. So necessary. I've been finding myself when I'm feeling really overwhelmed, or when I'm feeling heavy or stuck or stagnant, that I'm really just putting on an old school track that brings me so much joy, or there's something, again, like stepping into that fun, stepping into that play. Yeah, it's so good. But what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna do a really brief opener, and then I'm gonna just, for me, an opener in this session is where we call in our guides, we're calling in our ancestors, and just, you've just opened yourself up. You've just opened yourself up to receive. You've moved the energy out of your body, and now we're going to root and anchor in. So you've opened yourself up, and we're going to do that, and we're going to call in our spirit team and our guides, and yeah, come together and bring the energy in as a group. So if you just shut your eyes. And if your heartbeat is racing as fast as mine, just taking a really big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just noticing how your body feels. Noticing how your body feels. And I'm going to ask our guides, our ancestors, our loved ones in spirit to step forward. Asking them to step forward for this group, this community. Asking them to step forward so that we can receive all the messages and all the guidance that we need to receive today. Asking them to ground us, to shield us, to protect us, and to anchor us in. And just putting your hands on your heart if you feel called to, if they're not there already. Just setting an intention of what you want to receive today. What do you want to receive? And hey, it might not just be today. You might be setting an intention of what you want to receive for something this month. Something that you want to revolutionize. Something that you're being called to. And this is setting those seeds and those intentions right here this evening as a group, as a community, as a collective. And then when you're ready, I want you to slowly wiggle your hands and your toes and come back round. Awesome. So it's funny, when I first started doing this work, I was like hardcore planner of what am I going to do in an event. It was very like, this is what I'm going to do. And it was all very my ex-film producer days of needing a plan and needing everything to run exactly the same way. And my Virgo rise was like, right, let's dot the I's, let's cross the T's. But I now very much just show up and tap into the energy of what the group needs and what you guys need this evening. And when I was tuning in earlier, it was very clear that we're all really up leveling at such a fast rate right now that this is about me holding space for you guys to be able to access your intuition versus like, right, we're going to do a load of exercises and we're going to do this. And it's just like, no, let's not do that. And one of the things that I used to do when I was first connecting to my intuition was I used to attend like psychic circles where we'd all join together as a group, and we would do a psychic meditation, and then we'd share messages with each other. And that's what we're going to do this evening. We are going to take you on a psychic guided meditation, and then if you feel cool to, I'm going to show you how to share messages with someone, and open up the floor to you guys to actually try it out and see what happens, and know that you're in a collaborative space where we're all open to, you know, holding that energy of that development, to come together and try it out and practice and have fun and play with it, because in the end, that's what using your intuition is all about. It is about imagination, it's about fun, it's about play. Like, I get reminded by my guides all the time, like, stop taking this shit so seriously, stop taking, I want to even say, life so seriously, because they're like, we want you, again, finding the fun, finding the joy, finding the play. Just, it's a game changer right now. And cultivating the time for that. So we're going to do a psychic guided meditation. It's like any guided meditation, but it's going to be visual. And I don't have a plan of what's going to come up. So I'm just going to say what I see. So whatever I see, I'm going to share with you, and we're going to go on a journey together. What's fascinating is that as a collective and as a group, many of us are going to see the same things. Many of us are going to have the same visual imagery, because that's what happens when you come together as a group and you connect in that way. So yeah, we're going to do a psychic guided meditation. Try and stay close to my voice and what I'm sharing. Try not to jump ahead or going crazy tangents of where you want to go, but you obviously go for it if you want to. It's your experience, it's your journey. And if you fall asleep during it, awesome. Sometimes you'll have the best messages and the best experience of what you need to receive if you do fall asleep. So be okay with that too. And we're going to go on a journey together. So find a comfortable place. I encourage you not to lie down if that feels good for you. I'm a really big fan of like feet on the earth, because it means you can really ground and receive the energy in, versus sometimes when you're doing a psychic guided meditation, it can sometimes, if the energy is really big, it can feel like you're like floating away. So yeah, and so if you are seated with your feet on the earth, it's your choice whether you want palms up, palms down, where you put your hands. Just in the end, it's all about you feeling as comfortable and where you want to be. Awesome. Cool. I'm going to put my headphones in, and I might get you to just shout if the music's not loud enough or is too loud. It's a binaural beats music track as well. So it's a binaural beats music track that I use in my work, which I love. It's just got a real kind of opening energy. It's a real kind of reactivation kind of track. So yeah, be open to receiving. And just if you're feeling like you're not receiving anything, just drop in, just take a moment, take a pause. And I also suggest, like, if you want to see more, sometimes it's because for some of you, this is going to be very visual. You might see, you might hear, you might smell. But sometimes if you want to see more, imagine you have a torch in your hand and that you're like shining the light of what you want to see within that. But it's we're going to go on a journey and see where it wants to go. Cool. Okay. So just shutting your eyes and getting comfortable. I'm hoping you can hear my voice over the music okay. I think that's a few nods and thumbs up, so that's cool. So just getting settled, making any of those last minute adjustments. And I want you to take a really big deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And asking your team to step forward. And just noticing any feelings or sensations in the body. And I want you to now visualize rooting, anchoring, roots of a tree coming out of the bottoms of your feet and going all the way down into the center of Earth Mother. Sending them down and down and down through all the layers of rock and earth, rooting and anchoring you in. And when they reach the center of the earth, there is an earth angel that is here to anchor your roots in even further. And now I want you to visualize the first color that comes up into your sphere, the first color. Don't doubt it, don't second guess it. And this color is going to be the color that flows all the way back up the roots. Life force energy of this color is going to flow all the way back up and up and up and up and up until it enters your body at the bottoms of your feet. And I want you to send this color all the way through your body. All the way through your body. And as it moves into all the cells and all the energy of your body, I want you to breathe it into the heart space. This color is recalibrating your field, your energy, your frequency that you need today. And now I want you to visualize a golden orb in your heart. An iridescent, glowing, golden orb in your heart space. The light of this golden orb is going to move through your body and come out of the top of your head like a golden fountain. And as this golden energy flows over your face, down your neck, down your shoulders, down your arms, down your legs, imagining it that it's over your whole aura, repairing any holes, any nicks, so that your whole energetic field is whole and complete. And just breathing this golden light once more into the body. I want you to visualize that you are on the open plains and you are stood in a wide, open, vast field. You can see the mountains in the distance. There are wild flowers in the grass. And here, you feel at peace. You feel at ease. You feel expansive. In the distance, you notice that something is running towards you, getting closer and closer. You can feel this powerful energy coming towards you. And as it comes closer, you notice that it isn't just one animal, but a herd of animals. And on closer, notice it is a herd of wild horses. These wild horses are here for you. They are here to share their wisdom with you and what you need to receive. And as they come close, just notice what color they are. Notice which horse you are drawn to. Because there is this horse that you're drawn to, is specifically going to step forward to work with you today. Ask the horse to step forward. It's going to step forward anyway. And as it steps forward, notice how its energy feels. Notice what it might be mirroring back to you about how you feel right now. The horse is inviting you to put your hands on it. As you look into its eyes and move your hands down its body, knowing that you are safe. And you can even ask what the horse is called and if it has a name. The horse is asking you and inviting you, as you put and leave your hands on it, that it can take some of the energy that you need to let go of. Something that you wish to let go of in your life right now. Could be a situation, an energy, something that you're feeling. Allow the horse to take energetically what you need to let go of. And as it takes this energy and transmutes it back into Earth Mother, notice how you feel. The horse is now inviting you to jump on its back. And in this spirit world, you're nimble and quick, and suddenly you're on the back of the horse, holding its mane for support. And you go at your speed, whether you want to walk or you want to run with your hair blowing in the wind. Go on a journey with your horse. And in this energy, you're being shown how to revolutionize your life right now. Go with the horse. Where does it take you? Where is the horse taking you? The horse is now slowly making its way back to the herd, back to its community, back to its family and collective group. The horses are now all stood around you in a circle. And through the horses, there is a spirit guide. There is a spirit guide that is also here to give you a message. Notice you might know who they are. It might be a loved one. But they have a message that you need to receive in this moment. What does the guide have for you? When you have a message from the guide, just say thank you for the message that you have received. The horses have a gift for you, something that you need to take on the next part of your journey. What is the gift? What does it look like? If you can't see what the gift is, shine a torch on it, and just so that you can see. It is something to support you in this next phase, in this next transition. in this next part of your journey. Again, say thank you for the gift. And before we close, if there is anything that you would like to receive from the horses, any further additional healing, guidance, or insight, ask them now. You can say it out loud or in your head. But if there's anything else that you need to receive from the horses, now is the time. Your main horse comes up to you and nuzzles into your neck, letting you know it's going to be okay. That you're held and supported and part of the herd, part of the community. And then when you're ready, slowly wiggle your hands and your toes and come back round very slowly. And if there is anything you feel called to share or write down, like share in the chat box or write down anything that you've received personally, go for it. Just gonna let everyone kind of ground a little bit. Okay. Ah, yeah. Courage, courage, courage. Amazing. Love it. The courage came through. It's always really powerful. Yeah. Love myself. I am perfect the way I am. Keep building. Yeah. Given dice to take a chance. Keep going. Haley, this is really important. I had a feeling like halfway through, I was like, someone has a thing with horses. And that's why I was like, I need to say that this is safe and that you're held and that what's in there. Yeah, which it's Haley, the message in that is look at where you're facing fear in your life right now of your own personal life and what's happening in the collective and how that got mirrored back to you in that meditation with the horses and how you're being asked to move through that. I hope that makes sense, but you're being asked to mirror it and look at what that means for you personally. Yeah, you are powerful. You create this. Yeah. Vanessa, that's a really great question. I would ask you, how do you not do that in your own personal life? How do you not allow yourself to be supported by others, and how you feel like you just need to hold on to the energy yourself and you're not willing to let other people support you and hold you up? That would be the question that I would ask. Is you struggle to give the energy to the horse. It's really important for us to realize right now that we're not alone and that we need other people to help us through these times. Yeah. I had a feeling. It was funny that some of you jumped on the horse straight away. I was like It was funny because there was this energy of like, right, let's go, we doing this? And it was fascinating of like how where that wanted to go. And for me, I was like on the horse and galloping off, and I was like, yeah, just because that's what you would do, Nat, doesn't mean that's where everybody else is at. Okay. Do you see how the crossover between everyone, and it's just, again, that power of like that being able to drop in, and horses, like for me personally, horses have been such a transformational part of my own journey over the year. And this is the first ever time I've done a meditation with horses, and it was wild because before I got on the call, I have I'll show you, it's wild. I literally like two minutes before I got on the call, I have a postcard of a horse, and it fell off my bookshelf. It like fell on the floor, and I was like, supposed to notice that. And then I got my card deck out, Archetypes card deck by Kim Krans, and this was the card that came through. And I was like, okay, horses, you're telling me that we have to do this. Okay, I get the message. So there was like two intuitive, things that came in before that. So yeah, that's what happens when you trust and you notice. You have to act. It's a message. So yeah, it's really, really powerful. Kate, even if you didn't see it or see a horse or see a guy, but you felt a strong energy, trust that the energy that you felt and experienced was the horse or the spirit guide stepping forward. Cool. I want us to share some messages. Like, this is it's always really good fun when we do this. How it works, or how I like to share doing this. So when we receive messages for other people, it can come in as like an emotional feeling. You might see something, you might hear something, you might know something. And how it's going to work in this group is how I like to give messages in a group like this is you can scan through the people that are here. So you scan through the pictures and the photos of everybody that's here, or the videos, and it just happens that like you're drawn to someone, and you don't know why, and you don't know what it is. And so it can be as simple as that you're tuning into that. And how I like to do it is I always start with how that person is feeling, if that makes sense. So feeling is a great way in to get other messages. So it's like, okay, how do I feel like this person's feeling right now? And then, and a lot of the time, sometimes messages come through when you just start talking. But what I would love for us to do is just take a moment and just take in all the people that you're drawn to, or the people that you can see on your screen, and be like, okay, who am I drawn to today, and why is that? And the message could just be one word. It could just be courage, or faith, or trust. But whatever, if you feel, start small. And especially if you've never given a message before, but you feel cool to. Sometimes I find that when you're really drawn to giving a message, you might get this like weird forceful energy at the back of your throat, or like someone's like pushing you to step forward, or like this drive that you like, oh my God, I have to share something. So if you're feeling that energy, like respect that and notice that means that you have a message for that person. Cool. So how it's going to work is if you raise your hand, and then I'll say your name, and then you say who you want to give a message to. And I always, just out of polite and courteousness, say, hey, can I come to you? So when you're unmuted, unmute yourself, then just say, can I come to Nikki Hardy? Can I come to Crystal Luther? Can I come to Brittany Hamilton? And just name the person's name before you want to share the message, because it's always nice to ask to give the message that you're about to give, versus just being like, right. Okay, I have a lot of nervous faces looking at me. So what I want you to do is see who you're drawn to. And when you're drawn to someone, you can shut your eyes. You can just drop in like you did in that meditation where you dropped in and you saw, and just imagine your energy connecting to that person's energy and see what comes up for you. And when you're ready to share a message, raise your hand and we'll start. Katie Jacobs, yes, please.
Can I come to Kate Barrett? So the message that I heard very loudly, at first I thought it was just for me, but then I just zoned in on your screenshot of your camera, Kate, and this message felt like it was meant for you as well, and it's let the truth be told. And I also saw a golden lasso. That was the gift. And it wasn't like like Wonder Woman's golden lasso of truth, but it was also for lassoing on to what you want to draw into your world. You have this extra tool to bring in what it is you desire.
Yay.
Thank you. It's beautiful.
Yay. Thank you for sharing, Katie. Right. Who's next? Who else wants to share a message? BB, go for it. You were the next person that popped into my screen.
So, Crystal Luther, for some reason, I was really drawn to you. And in mine was like the feeling of letting go and feeling safe. And my gift was a journal with a pin on it. It was rose gold and very beautiful. And I'm wondering if maybe like me, you are someone who needs to open that door to writing for yourself and for healing.
Thank you. You said feeling safe, right? Did you mention that?
Yes, I did say safety. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's been top of mind lately. I do write, I journal a lot, but I feel like I probably should be writing for more than just myself, but it's something I've been avoiding.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what you are feeling. Thank you.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. And just, yeah, yes, 100%. You need to write more. Definitely. Very, very, very much. Very, very important. Who's next? Who else is sat on a message and is nervous around sharing it with somebody? I know there's like a lot of like, anyone else? This is a collaborative space. Go on, Crystal.
Okay, I'll go. So I've been noticing, I think Allison Newton is, yeah, that's what I see. So the message I'm getting is, it just feels like you are mourning. And I feel like you need to know that you are loved and that you deserve to be loved, and people see you, and time that you saw yourself, and give yourself that same consideration that you give to others.
Powerful. Thank you. I feel like one of our last workshops, that was a message that came up for me, saying like, you are loved. And I do feel like right now I'm definitely in this transition period of letting go of old stories I've told about myself and building into a stronger person, more in my power. And in doing that, I'm trying to build a business, and I have been having these fears of, am I going to be good enough? Am I going to be as successful as I want to be? Am I going to get everything that I want out of it? And so, yeah, that love component and that being seen component has come up quite frequently. So that completely resonated. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you, Crystal. Is it Raleigh Ward? Awesome.
Hi. Wait, I just clapped for myself. Hold on.
You can clap for yourself. Go for it.
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I had a very clear message towards Crystal as well. And I didn't know how to make sense of this, but after just hearing you talk, it makes a lot of sense. But I had this feeling of, I feel seen by you. And I don't know how to explain that, but I just kept feeling like I feel seen, I feel seen, I feel seen. So I don't know what to make sense of that as, but that's just immediately what came to me.
That's so funny. Well, you must be psychic, because I am a professional psychic, and I think that's what you are seeing. So thank you for seeing me.
It's funny, like I've been told by psychics forever that I'm highly intuitive, but I've never known how to tap into it. So that's pretty wild.
Yeah, very cool. Crystal, can I give you a message off of the back of that? Is that they're you being seen is really important, because they're asking you to be more seen. They're asking you to be more visible with your own gifts, because you're like dabbling in, they're like, are we doing this? Like, are we up leveling? Are we making this happen? So they want you to be seen more, and they're like pushing you like center stage. And there's a part of you that's like, oh my God, really, really, really? And so they're asking you to take up more space so that you can shine more. It's really important.
Yep, I've been fighting it. Thank you for the confirmation.
Stop fighting.
I know. Being seen is scary for me. So yeah, thank you.
Pleasure. Like the next 6 months is all about you being seen. So yeah, get ready. Haley, over to you.
Oh, hey, it's actually Hallie, like Halle
Hallie.
Berry.
Like Halle Berry.
It's okay. So mine feels like really specific, so I'm like kind of nervous to share it. But so my message was for Colleen Riley. And I guess like the feeling I was getting was that you're going through some kind of transition, or maybe like considering one. And like the vibe I was getting was that maybe it was a career thing. I don't know if that's okay. She's nodding. So now I'm like, ooh, okay. But anyway, the message that I received was like not to limit yourself on like the way that you're dreaming about that, like to kind of like take it even like a step further than what you're already considering. And yeah, that was what I was getting.
I'm just collecting myself right now. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, wow. Definitely going through a career shift right now. And I'm like emotional that you just said that. Wow, it was wild. I don't even know if I should be sharing, I guess. I don't know. Totally resonated,
Yeah.
clearly.
Yeah, feels important.
I am writing and I'm also working with a woman too. She's a poet. And so just kind of going through how much to give to a woman that I'm like working alongside, and then also just funneling into like my own dreams too. So very much resonated. Thank you, Hallie. That's great. Um, I did have something for someone, but I know other people had their hands raised.
No,
So
go for it. No,
should I
yeah,
go?
jump ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ali. That was an awesome message.
Yeah, thanks, Hallie. That was awesome. Brittany Dunbar, where are you? Hey, immediately was drawn to your square. And fun is what I got. And I was like, well, maybe it's just her sick wallpaper background. But then I closed my eyes, and the vision that I had, which was why I was a little nervous to share, was just literally my heart to your heart. And then it was just like a beam of white light, like a circular beam of white light. So I don't know what to take that as you will, but that's basically what I got.
Thank you so much. I don't allow myself to, I guess, receive joy and allow myself to have fun, especially when a lot of stuff personally is going on. And so I felt you shining your light on me to accept that so I can show my light more and to have more fun. Thank you. I really, really needed that. I appreciate it.
Amazing. What a powerful message. And what I love about sharing messages in this way is that we're all taking what we need to receive from the messages too. Like, I'm taking stuff from that. Like, that's the beauty of collective messaging, is that we can all take something from it. So it's really, really powerful that when we come together in this group in this way, it's potent. Reese.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I'm like, my throat, which is crazy because you were saying it like there's like a feeling where it gets stuck, or it's like so first of all, I've been hearing the name Sarah, and I was scrolling through, and I believe it's Sarah King, although now I can't find you anymore. Oh wait, maybe there you are. And like I kept hearing your name like the whole time. And Natalie, you're describing that feeling in your throat, and I've had this feeling of like something being needed to be pushed out. I don't know. But I keep seeing this like older woman, and I don't know if it's like a grandmother or one of your guides or my grandmother, or I don't know. I just see this older grandmother figure, and I've been trying to figure out the message, but it just like with my brain, and then I'm like, no, okay, let me just feel it, and it just feels like unconditional love and support. And yeah, I don't know if that's a message you needed to hear from an older elderly woman, but that's just kind of what's been coming through. I don't know. Feels nervous to share because I'm like, what is happening? But
Sarah, where are you? I'm trying to find where you are on here.
Oh my God. I'm so glad you shared. I was like, I don't know if this is greedy, but when it was like, think if you have a message for someone, I was like willing for someone to have a message for me. Are we allowed to like ask for one? I was like, please, someone give me a message. And I'm really glad you shared and trusted yourself to share. I have never met my grandparents. They like died before I was born. And my mom's mom actually died when my mom was 5, and she they never had this connection, and it's been like a big severing. And in like various ayahuasca journeys, like I've been kind of connecting with this grandma who was going to be such a nurturing mother to my mom that couldn't be, but she always comes into my world, and I've been trying to make sense of it. So that's just so crazy.
Yeah, freaking out.
Thank you for that. As soon as you said old woman, I was like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh, of
This
course.
is like literally galactic stuff that's happening right now.
Crazy. Whoa.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to keep connecting with her energy now.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
For sharing. Thank you for trusting and sharing, Reese, like grandmother. You're getting specific and detailed, so it just, when we get those detailed things again, and that energy to like really share is like, it's really important. I'm just noticing on time of where we're at, but Kate, I want to do Kate and Elizabeth, definitely. Kate, what's the message and who's it for?
Nikki Hardy, may I send you a message or give you what I have received? And I was taken off of gallery, so I'm going to try and there you are. All right. I just received, you have such bright energy, and the message I received is you're not meant to fit in. You're not, it's not supposed to work. Like, it's just, you're on your own wavelength. And so find your comfort knowing that you're not doing anything wrong. You're not supposed to fit in.
Wow. I feel like that's going to make me cry. I just all my life have had like friend problems. So just recently have kind of like found a solid group of like girlfriends. And yeah, that hits a lot. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, Kate. Thank you for stepping up and trusting and sharing. And yeah, like, you guys are blowing me away of how, you guys are really trusting this and really feeling into it. And it's really powerful to witness. Elizabeth.
Hi. I have a message for Tina B if she wants it. She's out on a walk. Okay, you're good? All right. So the message that I got, I think I'm being called to share it with you too. So maybe it's similar for you. The gift that they gave me was a necklace with like a blue little star on it. And then the star like sent like blue energy to my throat. So thinking like throat chakra, like maybe something that needs to be said. And then they also are telling me like there's a lot of information in the stars, like all the answers I'm looking for in the stars. So like that made me think of astrology and just like tuning into that more.
Oh, I am on a walk, and hopefully it's not too noisy for everyone. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's funny because I got an email from Spirit Daughter today, and it's something that I have kind of gotten away from, and I just moved and things have been really crazy and I've been really ungrounded. And so I feel like your message is calling me back to going inward and connecting with that side. And I really appreciate that because I think it'll really help me to ground and to feel better, feel a lot better again. So yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. If there's one, before we go into like a Q&A, is there anyone else that's just, I'm just Is there anyone else that sat on a message? Is there someone that really is feeling pushed and you haven't put your hand up yet? Just feeling like there's one person that's like, I do have a message, and yeah, blah.
Oh man, yeah.
Sorry, it was really loud. They were like, no, there's one more.
I know, this is my thing. So Leah Fairbanks, if it's okay for me to share, thank you. So yeah, I was drawn to you right away, and like everyone else, it's so funny, the doubt. I was like, oh, maybe just because like the lighting's really pretty, but there was like a strong sense of, the first thing I heard was don't give up, and then followed by like an element of like hopelessness that was really asking to be released. Like I was seeing like your energetic body, like not just you, like literally I immediately saw your energetic body and was like asking for a weight to be released, that it's not yours and something is really wanting to leave your energy. If that resonates, it felt important. So thank you for letting me share.
Thank you. I knew if somebody talked to me, I was going to cry because I spent the entire visualization crying. So
me too, girl.
Yeah. No, I gave the horse uncertainty. That was like the first thing that came into my mind, that I wanted to give up. And yeah, I think I've always have struggled with kind of taking on other people's stuff. I'm a therapist. I come from an enmeshed family. You know, I really struggle to be just kind of in my own journey. So
yeah, no, it wants to leave and it's not yours. And I was even seeing, I remember someone in the chat initially, I forget, said like, was anyone else scared to give it to the horse? And how we were speaking through, I think for all of us, and me too, like maybe we just need to trust that these things can be held and released. Like someone, whether it's God or someone else, can transmute it. And yeah, was really wanting to be released. So I hope that feels good.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yay. Yay. Well done, everyone. This is like amazing watching you all share messages and be vulnerable and open with each other. It's really powerful to witness.
Natalie, can I give Blair a really quick message, because it's crazy she popped on the screen.
Yeah, go for it.
I was like, oh, I should jump in, and but
yeah,
like,
no,
oh,
please.
I'm hosting this thing. I should.
I nearly asked you. I was like, come on, you two. Which one of you sharing a message?
I've got a message. Take off your bras. Let it all hang out. That's my message.
Blair, I was just drawn to you, and I saw this woman. Well, I just saw a big hand like knock on a door. It was like knock, 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 like really strongly. And then this woman with like these big glasses just kind of peeked around the door, and she was just like really goofy. So I don't know if this is an actual person for you, or just like kind of the spirit of like play and joking around and just kind of allowing yourself to if you felt like really hard lately, it's just kind of like allowing some of that to just like melt away. So as if like that knock on the door just kind of like is that funny aunt that's coming over to like just break up the energy and just like invite in more play and pleasure and laughing and just like more childlike stuff.
Thank you so much. Cool. I'll like suck in my tears to explain what it feels like. But yeah, it's, without getting into the gory details, it's been a really heavy week with like reversal of roles and like a parent relationship that's really hard. And yeah, it definitely, when you were speaking, it feels like the spirit of like joy and levity and like owning that and stepping into it amidst it. But like, I can be in that amidst that. So thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, sweetie.
All the love, all the feels. We're going to do a Q&A with, if you have any questions for me, kind of not necessarily personal questions, but anything that you have or anything that wants to come up. I'm open to answering anything. But before we do that, can we just do a brief closing? Because I have a feeling we're not going to have time to do one at the end. And once we've been working with spirit and calling in all this energy, it's really important to shut everything down afterwards, because I don't want you spending the evening wide open. And yeah, it's just the energy so big. And so, yeah, if you just show your eyes wherever you're at, and we're just going to do just a really brief closing of the energy. So just giving thanks to this amazing community coming together, for holding space and energy. Giving thanks to our guides, our ancestors, our loved ones who have stepped forward. Giving thanks and praise to the horses and the horse that stepped forward to give you the messages and the guidance today. Knowing that you can connect to them whenever you need, and just ask for that horse to step forward in your dreams, in your meditations, whenever you're feeling like you need that pick me up. May our guides ground us and shield us for the rest of the week moving forward, as we move through with love and play and joy and living in our truth and our honesty and our own integrity. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. And so it is. Do you have any questions? Anything that you want to ask about intuition? Cool. Kate, over to you.
Thank you. I appreciate all of this exercise. It was just beautiful. My question is, could you touch a little bit more on the energetic piece? So you mentioned earlier when I said that I didn't have a clear message come through, that even just a feeling could be a message in itself. Could you speak a little more to that?
Yeah, sometimes we're not always going to get like the clear visual or the clear thing that comes through. So sometimes when you receive an energy and you get the energy, you actually ask, you tap into what the energy feels like. So does the energy feel strong? Does it feel powerful? Does it feel fearful? Does it feel happy? So you can still, again, I'm always a real fan of, you have to interact with the energy. You have to interact with the messages. So ask questions like, what does it mean to me? What does it mean? What does it mean to me? And so by you asking the energy, like, and tuning into what that it feels like emotionally, physically, like, does this energy feel really far away, like you can't reach it, or does it feel like it's like really on you? Like, you can start to even work out what the message is just by like feeling an energy. Does that make sense?
Again, it's a feeling level. I'm learning that that feeling clairsentient, I think is what it is. Like, that is how I receive things. And so I'm just learning on all of this. It's not super clear, but I mean, energy is, I get it, but it's happening on such a different level that it's not in anything near my brain. So it's like, I get it, but here it's kind of irrelevant, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. So I would just encourage you to start, like, if you are, like, to read deeper into the feelings. So you're getting a feeling, and then give yourself permission to go deeper and deeper and deeper and ask questions of it, because it's going to give you more personal insight and guidance on what's happening around you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks, Kate. Crystal.
Yay, this is so exciting. Thank you so much, Natalie. You just feel like such a soft place to land. And I really appreciate the space that you hold, the way that you hold it. This has been wonderful. I feel like oftentimes in sessions, I find myself choosing my words very carefully because, sometimes things get a little weird and I notice different things. So, for example, um, not too long ago, I thought I sensed like a devilish energy and I saw horns and I saw red. And I wasn't going to say anything at first, but then when my client was shuffling cards, the devil card flew out. I was like, okay, well, I guess we have to talk about this now. And it's like weird, right? Like it can get weird. And I think that's part of the reason why I find myself holding back, especially when I feel resistance from the other person and I'm saying something I can tell they don't want to hear, you know?
Yeah.
And my goal is always to show up and articulate things in a way that kind of helps open them up rather than shuts them down.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm curious like how you navigate situations like that. And like how I can do that, especially just in like even outside of sessions, right? When I'm just dealing with people on a normal basis,
Yeah.
like how do I let this be normal?
Yeah. I think I have two different answers for a session and in life. When you're in a session, I fully trust that, and I always set the intention before the session that whatever is coming through, that person's ready to hear. Even if there's an energetic resistance, it's the fact that they need to hear it. It's funny when people come and see me, they're like, wow, you can be like really blunt in your words of what you're expressing, of what wants to come through. And that's because I trust that what I'm receiving, that person's supposed to, they're there for that reason. And so I would encourage you just to trust what you're receiving and go there, that they're ready. Otherwise, one, they wouldn't be in the session, and two, you wouldn't be receiving that as guidance. Like spirit will only bring through what that person is ready to hear, even if there is some resistance to it, and it's not your job to protect them or shield them in that way. And with people, I would, I think there's that energy again of, I call it energetic self-sovereignty, of like shutting, like how you can walk through life, like shutting down, like being more aware of your gifts, but not like letting them run the show. And so it's really important that you can like be, Crystal the psychic and Crystal the normal human being living life is also really important. So I would encourage you to like really shut that tap off, so that you're beginning to have that, so you can have that confidence of keeping it a little bit separate, if that makes sense. Cool. I'm excited for the next part of your journey. Katie. Hi.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my question is, I feel like from a young age, I've always been intuitive. And when I was little, not just when I was little, but when I was younger, I guess, I had a lot of experiences where I would know things before they happened, and sometimes they were scary things. And so I think that's kind of blocked me a little bit, where I think I get a little bit freaked out. I get nervous that I'm going to know something bad before it happens, because it did happen to me. What would you suggest as far as being able to like unblock that fear that I had?
Yeah. I have a free meditation on my website. It goes with chapter 2 of my book, and it's all about how you can release the blocks and the fears of the past of connecting to your own intuition. So yeah, I'd go and do that. And if you feel called, my book has a whole chapter on like how we release the fears of the past, because in the end we're all intuitive, and as you say, when you know things and how you unblock them, it's trusting yourself to play in the energy, play in receiving. And the more you use your intuition, the more you're going to gain confidence again, and the more that you're going to be able to receive. You could even go and write a letter to your younger self around that time of that you can remember, and be like, you know, I release myself from the old bonds, old ties, on old hooks from this lifetime, past lifetimes, and future lifetimes, and yeah, really reset the field on that, because yeah, you're ready to work with it even more.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Samantha.
Hi. I've been having some issues with discernment. I'm a projector, and I feel as though lately, probably the last year and a half, really strongly, that I'm receiving collective messages, and then I put them out in whatever way that looks like. And I'm obviously part of the collective, but I would rather tune into my own energy and my own intuition about my own personal journey. So I'm kind of like stuck, because I also am stepping into a role in which I want to serve humanity. So obviously I still need these messages to keep flowing, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, how can I hone my own like my personal journey?
Yeah, great question. I've got this annoying fly around me. I would just say, firstly, the first thing that comes up for when is just like what you're looking at, like what's coming through for you collectively. Ask yourself why that's being mirrored back to you, and what you're being asked to take from that personally. Because there's an element of the collective energy coming up for you personally. And I would also ask for you to, like, how are you moving the collective energy out of your body before you ask for your own messages and guidance?
I just don't think I get to that point, because a lot of the collective messaging is really overwhelming. And this is also very new to me. It only really started happening during the pandemic. And because I asked for it, basically. I've been hip to your work through Almost 30 and Lee Harris, who does, you know, monthly updates. And it's almost as though, and I don't know if this is a projector thing, but it seems as though I'm about 3 days ahead of the curve in terms of what's going to hit the collective.
Awesome.
And like I said, I know I'm part of the collective, but like a huge thing that happened this summer was, and I feel like this is a message that needs to be repeated to people like us here, is that I'm to serve as a reminder of, you know, our humanity, a reminder of the love that we have to give, and that we're people that are willing to walk the walk, you know, and just taking time out of our day to be here with you. I mean, it's a huge gift and responsibility at the same time. So I just think that I feel so in service to humanity that I kind of don't even like consider myself, maybe.
And that's the thing, is like, that's what's really important, is it, how can you be a channel and feeling this collective, and again, put it to one side, process it, and what tools and practices are you doing to do that, so that you can be Samantha, you can receive your own guidance. Otherwise you can't. It's honestly, I've learned you'll be energetically so overwhelmed and so drained you won't be able to function. And so again, it's like the practice of turning it off and moving the collective energy through the body just needs to be made a really, really big priority.
Do you have practical things in your book?
I do. Chapter 3 is exactly all about that, and I think you'd really, again, how it fits with the collective.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
All right, y'all, Natalie is generous enough to go over 5 minutes. So Gina and Hannah, you'll be our last ones. So let's just keep the questions concise so we can get both of them in. Go for it, Gina.
Awesome. Thank you. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm on headphones.
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Okay, maybe I'll try this. So for me, I feel like I've always been super intuitive, but it's something I feel like I don't have control over, and more so like it works in one direction. So it comes unexpectedly when I'm not trying, but then during times when I am trying to, like, say, pick up the phone to call it in the other direction, I feel like that's where I'm getting stuck. And then it just can only happen. Like, I don't know how to make it go in the other direction. It's only just randomly to me. And then when it does happen, then I like get all excited because I'm like, it's happening. And then it's like almost like I disconnect that line because I like shift back into 3D and I'm not connected like I should be. So I'm really struggling with that and wondered if you had any advice.
Yeah. I'm just tuning in and asking how they want it to relate to you. I would say, firstly, noticing is such a really big part of intuition, where you're having to notice what's coming in around you, like all the time. Like sometimes you are going to get those massive, like receiving, intuitive, like boom, and it hits you and it's like, oh my God, I have to act on this. Like, and then sometimes it's way more subtle. And I think that you're forgetting the subtleties of how it's around you. And so there's this energy of, I'm really aware of my own energy when I really want to receive a message as well, of being like, am I hooking into this because I really need this now, versus again just trusting the timing of when a message is coming through. But it, again, I always say, like, how are you creating this space? How are you setting up your energetic body to receive, especially with all the stuff in the news and everything that's happening right now? It's like that energetic self-sovereignty piece and receiving is really like a game changer. And it's also, for me, I'm always, if I really want a message I'm like, I ask. So it's like really being like, and practicing how that's going to show up for you in your space of like calling it in. And it's different for all of us, so that's why it's like it takes time to like practice that space for you. But I would look at how when you're asking, what kind of energy are you at, where are you at personally in your own life, what's happening for you, and notice like where the correlation is, whether you might be stressed, whether you may be like needing an answer now, or what that means, because sometimes our intuition, like, it doesn't necessarily work like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. I feel like at the time when I ask, I will be in a state of connectiveness and openness to receive. But then like I get so quickly sidetracked and move on, then I feel like I just shut like the connection off, hang up the phone, and then I kind of lose out.
Yeah,
but I can't stay in that energy the whole time either. Like I've got to go on about my life. So I don't know. I get kind of stuck in between. Keeping the phone line on.
Keep asking. It's you interacting with the energy. It's your energy interacting with it. So ask questions. Keep the energy flowing. It really helps.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Last but by no means least, Hannah.
Thank you so much, and for taking these extra few minutes. I just have a question around, recently I've been having, and this isn't something just for me, it's stuff that's happened to heaps of my friends and community, but just really intense, crazy, vivid dreams. And I'm in Australia, and a lot of the people I connect to are in Australia and New Zealand, and we're all in lockdown at the moment. So I don't know if that plays a part into it, because I know there's that energetic intensity. But I've also had every single day really intense like headaches around here, and now my left eye is having this issue. So it feels very like up in the head kind of energy going on. I just wondered if you had any insight into that.
Yeah, dreams are wild right now, like off the hook wild. We're being prepared for the next phase of what's happening in the collective, and that energy is coming into dream state. So I encourage you to write your dreams. I encourage you to share your dreams with people, just so that you can begin to see the threads that's running through everything. And I'm saying that not out of fear, but of an element of like, it's really powerful when we share dreams. The headspace for you, I would really ask, again, you're having a really big spiritual reactivation moment and a really big up level. But what I'd ask is like, ask your team to move it into a different area of your body, or to move it into like, to dissipate the energy from the head into all of your body, versus it being like all the way into like third eye and literally eye. But yeah, dreams are, I mean, right now I'm using it in a way where I'm before my dreams. I'm actually saying, like, show me what I need to know about my own life and the collective right now. And I'm actually using the energy to get even more detailed around what wants to come through. But yes, lockdown can also increase dream state, because that happened at the start back in 2020. But yeah, keep sharing your dreams, because they're trying, the other side is really working with dream state right now to prepare the physical and emotional body for what's to come.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Sweetie, pleasure.
Wow. I mean,
This
that was unlike anything we've
crazy.
ever done. Natalie, thank you so much. I don't think that really puts into words the feeling that I'm sure all of you have. That was really, really special.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Mhm.
You know, that's like, we were talking about the witch wound today with Mama Medicine. We have an interview coming out, and this was like, for me, such a great example of us working as a collective, like a female collective, against some of the wounding we've had in past lifetimes around sharing our gifts, around sharing our truth, around connecting with our intuition. So I think what we're doing here is so special in so many levels, in so many different ways. So I'm just really proud of you for creating a space where people feel like they can share openly. So if you didn't get a message, or you weren't someone that was directly speaking, you are important to creating this safety of this environment and allowing all of the messages to come through. So I just want to acknowledge you for that, and really thank you for showing up. This has been such a beautiful season of membership, and Natalie, we're always so grateful to do anything with you and to connect with you in any way. And I think the horse medicine was really, really unexpected for all of us, and really, really powerful. So as a next step for this, what we're going to do in the membership community on Kajabi, we're going to create a thread for this to really talk about some more messages. Maybe you felt a little bit shy about a message that you want to share. We can talk more about those messages in the thread, and then we can talk more about the meditation if anything else comes through. I think it'd be good to continue our conversation there.
And y'all make sure you connect with Natalie. I am Natalie Miles on Instagram. Her book, You Are Intuitive, is incredible. It's something that you keep on your bedside table, especially during these times. And her podcast, The Doorway, is incredible. That's where you'll get the energy forecasts. And yeah, Natalie, I love you. Thankful is, you know, the very minimum that I can say to you, but I will love on you later. I know you have to go, but thank you for everything.
Thank you, ladies. We love you so much. Bye.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.